Well, hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to kind of talk about some of the things you might want to think about on your way up the ladder trying to build a successful life. There's some, I know a lot of people think you need some kind of schooling, some kind of education. And that's not the thing. I tell you, I see all kinds of folk, and education does not guarantee being smart. And they get their diplomas, they get all their certificates and all that stuff. And what do they call those? Educated idiots? Yeah, there's a lot of them. And people also, they get focused on things that get them off what is the successful life. Sometimes people think that they need things to be successful. That's how you measure success, is the stuff you have, how much money you have, the digits, the cars, the house, all this stuff. I'm not sure. That doesn't guarantee any kind of success. All these things are part of a successful life. And I don't know, to me, it's always been whatever I have is a tool. And this tool helps me reach success. Success to me is from within inside. And I'll tell you, it's easy enough to measure for me too, because like I say, I serve others, I help people, so it's easy for me to see my success, and it helps me get immediate success too. All the businesses I've had, like I say, restaurants, people come in grumpy, mean, and you start giving them food, you see them start calming down and all this stuff. So, it's something that you can see. And like I say, all of my work is like that. Now, all of that is success. Feeding that one person is success, but it's just one part. It's just a tool that's going to keep adding more and more. And this is why I thought I might talk a little bit about it, because first you have to figure out what is success to you. What is success? Then you have to figure out how you're going to reach it. Setting goals. And don't forget, all this I've made videos on. But something else that I thought, and that's what I've noticed since I've been here in China, I see some that people don't really fully think this stuff out. And that is, for me to reach the accomplishments that I've had, they've not always been what that was in my goal, and that's what I was looking for. I was going for something else, and I accomplished other things. That's what all this is all about. And one of the things is there's a saying that I've always heard, and that is, it's better to ask for forgiveness than don't do it, and you've missed your opportunity. In other words, if you look for the rules, you say, well, what are the rules? I need to know the rules before I can do something. If you do that, you're going to limit yourself tremendously. And that's one of the things I've found about education in the way of schooling. What they're doing is they're teaching you the rules to get a permit, a license, a diploma, all these things. You're learning the rules, and in other words, you don't know how to do this stuff until you learn all the rules. That's a false statement. Not only you can do it, what they're doing is trying to get you to do it under these certain guidelines, but you may want to do it better than others. Now, if that's the case, by going by the same guidelines as everybody else, you're limited. You're only going to do so much. So that's why you see me doing things, and some things are, they're just plain wrong. I make mistakes. And like I say, that falls under taking personal responsibility. I make mistakes, I pay the price. But the other part of it is, if that is not a mistake, I reap the rewards. That's why I get more rewards than a lot of people doing the same thing. It's because I'm not limited. I'm open. I'm ready to do more. And then if it's like, you don't go behind this door, well, you tell me that after I've already been behind the door. I've already got my rewards from behind that door. Everybody else, they go by and they tell you don't go in that door. Well, then you don't go in that door, you don't know what you missed. Seldom do I miss anything. So in other words, and then if it's a mistake, hey, I'm sorry. I'll ask for forgiveness. Or in some cases, I have to pay the price. That's part of it. Personal responsibility. And I can do all this because of morals. I talk about the morals, how important morals are. And that's why when I do make mistakes, seldom are they such a bad thing that anybody will be hurt or, no big deal. Seldom it's a big deal. Normally it's just, hey, I apologize, I'm sorry, here, I owe you for it, or what can I do to make up for it? You know what I mean? It's no big deal. But the rewards are far more than just doing as I'm told. Okay, here, let me see. I need to see. Okay, I was checking the time. Another thing that I've always heard, and I've tried not to let that guide my life, but there's another thing that says, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And this trip has really showed me that is an accurate statement. Like I say, I have done stuff already. I've been here 2 months, and I've done more things than most people do. More things than a lot of the people that live here. And I did the same thing in Central America. It's always like that. But here, it's much more obvious. And like I say, it's who do I know? And by knowing these people, it's got me into places and got me doing things that most people can't. Like I say, I got my foot in the door on the traditional Chinese medicine. But it's not like what I was expecting. That's how I got over how to grow this stuff at different altitudes. How to search for herbs up in the mountains. And that got me in a whole nother part of the country. Part of the country that many people can't go to. So, and then after all of that, then it turns right around and because of who I know, not what I know. Because I don't know nothing about herbs. But it's who I know. I ended up getting with Charlie, the professional photographer, one of the top 10 photographers in China. And getting with him got me to introduced me to other people. And it's been like that. It's been like that. Now this is all what I'm talking about right there. That little part just happened just this last week. In 1 week, I was able to do that. I say I've gone to places and people haven't gone. You know what I mean? And there's videos on that. That place, I can't pronounce it. I don't. P-U-Z. It's a bunch of little mountains, just spot. You know what I mean? I've gone to all these places. I've been up to these other mountains, big old tall mountains. All this in 1 week. And it was all done in a car, traveling. I've been all over, just in 1 week. But like I say, it's taken me, 5-6 weeks to get to know all these people. And the first 4 weeks, I was in Chongqing in a shopping. I was just living in the shopping center. So all I was doing there was learning how to eat and just kind of learning. I really didn't get to meet very many people. I mean, I was going through the culture shock. After I got through the culture shock, man, things have been booming. Okay, so it's the education that you pay for, that you go and you get your certificate, is, I wish I could say it was the basics, but it's not even the basics. I think what it is, that helps you learn of somebody else. You meet somebody else. I think that's what it is. Because you see a lot of people, successful people now, they still are chummy with the people they went to college with or went to high school with, stuff like that. So, unlike me, now I'm not. I don't know them. I don't know where they're at, and that's because I went down another road. I started meeting people from all over the world, and with different skills. So, in other words, what I'm saying is, don't think an education by itself is going to lead you to the road of success. I'll tell you, there's a lot out there, and a lot you can be doing, and it's just amazing. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.